Hi, good morning, boys and girls. It's Friday morning. It's May 1st. We're starting a brand new month and we're finishing up our week of e-learning. You guys did a great job this week. I know Mrs. Weber and I are proud of you guys. You worked super hard and we are winding down this week. May 1st is also called May Day, and it is celebrated in certain parts of our world to mark the beginning of spring. So I had a story to read to you today, and it's actually about a seed that goes through the seasons. And the name of it is The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. This is a story that we like to read every year, and I know Mrs. Weber read Tops and Bottoms yesterday. This is another one we like to read to you guys. The Tiny Seed. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows fat flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up it goes. It flies too high and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. There he is. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. He's right there. There's the one that fell into the ocean. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. And there's the one that drifted down. Finally, the wind stops, and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. It's right there. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they're going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for its lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse doesn't see it. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls, the seeds grow so round and full they start to burst open a little. Now they're not seeds anymore. They are plants. First, they send roots down into the ground. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up toward the sun and air. There's another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big, fat weed. And it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants. And that little plant dies. Because we know plants need sunlight and light. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry. But finally, it starts to grow into a plant. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun in springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along. Oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant had 3 leaves, the other plant had 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Sure is giant, isn't it? All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Remember how it started? It was such a little tiny seed. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. Out comes many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. And here it goes again. So those seeds are going to get carried away and they're going to create new plants, right? Anyway, I love this story. It's a great story for the seasons and for planting. And we know a lot of you had done some planting and probably still doing some planting, have some great plants for the spring and summer. Okay, boys and girls. So for our learning today, our e-learning and reading, you're going to read a Mayan story about giraffes. Now we've been talking about animals. You've been reading about lots of different animals this week. Giraffes is the one you're going to be listening to today. It's my favorite zoo animal. I don't know if you knew that, but it really is. And you're going to answer 2 questions about giraffes from that text. And for math, boys and girls, you're not going to do a Pearson lesson. You're going to do a paper. It's an activity sheet where you're going to see different solid shapes, and you're going to decide whether or not the shape rolls, slides, or can stack. Maybe it can do more than one thing. Okay, so it's a cute little activity sheet for you guys to complete. It'll be a great, fun Friday, great day of e-learning, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Love you guys.